Hey folks, it's Matt once again, and welcome back to another review. Another Jean-Claude Van Damme movie review, and that is Six Bullets, which a guy from Flit66 says is Van Damme's most action-packed film in years. Actually, now I think about it, if I think about his recent films like Pound of Flesh, or Welcome to the Jungle, or Dragon Eyes, or Swelter, or Assassinate Your Asshole, Assassination Games, that's actually a valid critique. Now, it was directed by Ernie Barbarash, who directed Pound of Flesh, which I'll talk about after this, and Assassination Games, which I already did a rant on that. I think it's an overrated piece of shit because there's barely any action. It's filmed in piss yellow coloring. Looks like the whole screen, everyone took their pants down, put out their trousers, and pissed on the screen. And I thought it was a lackluster ending where it's just, ooh, a laser controlled gun fucking shit, and Van Damme shoots one guy with a shotgun, and didn't really care for the story. Van Damme's character didn't give a flying fuck about, didn't even care for his performance. There wasn't a single emotion shown throughout the entire fucking movie. Oh, he's a guy who keeps diamonds for some fucking reason, doesn't want to spend them, and then here's this girl, and she dies, and he barely shows any feeling on his face, and he wants to pet his fucking turtle and play the violin or whatever the fuck. I hate Assassination Games. This, though, I liked. I remember the first time I saw it, I went, it's there. But watching it again, I really enjoyed this film, Six Bullets. It's not 100% action-packed, I will admit. At least, need a little bit more Van Damme, a little bit more action. I do agree it should have been centered a bit more on Van Damme's character, and a little less on the family. Because the general plot is, you have this guy played by Joe Flanigan, his wife and their daughter, they go overseas, which is where Van Damme's living. But they go overseas, their daughter gets taken, they hire Van Damme, he has a past, he doesn't want to do it at first, but then this one guy who, once again, like in a lot of his recent films, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme's son, playing his son. Wow, what a shocker. Saying, hey, you gotta do it. You've done this before where you help find kids, missing kids, things of that nature. But he has a past, he doesn't want to do it, and ultimately does do it. But watching it again, I thought the parents, like Joe Flanigan, who I guess is an MMA guy in real life, I thought he was actually a pretty decent actor, Joe Flanigan. He wasn't too bad. I thought the woman who played his wife was fine. And you still did a good chunk of Van Damme. It's not like Van Damme is in this for 5-10 minutes. And again, it's not wall-to-wall action. Would have been nice to see more action. I will admit that. But I still really enjoy this film. I definitely think it's the best and honestly only good film Ernie Barbarash has done. And yes, I've seen Pound of Flesh, and by that tone of voice and that, yeah, you know my feeling already, but I'll get more in depth in that. This, though, I'm going to go on a limb. This is what Taken 2 or Taken 3 should have been. And this was a fucking direct-to-video movie. And I stand by that. This is a fuckload better than Taken 2 and Taken 3. Is it a masterpiece? No. Is it the big Van Damme comeback? No. But I think it's still pretty damn decent. I think Van Damme does a good job. He has some good moments where he does show emotion. There's some nice bits of action. And I can't help it. I'm a sucker for a film where Van Damme gets to shoot this rocket into a Jeep and it blows up. Sometimes the simple things do make me excited, make me have fun. I thought the way it opened up was pretty badass. There's this modern day slave ring operation. Van Damme is in disguise in this goatee. And you see that he puts something in this glass. You know, like, what is it? You think it's just water. And he goes undercover as a guy that he was on the internet and who wants young boys. Does this sort of slavery. And when they find out who he is, he goes apeshit with this knife. First off, the thing in his cup is acid. And he throws it in a guy's face. And when the guy hits the ground, you see a little bit of his face melting. Impractical effects. And Van Damme, again, he goes apeshit with this this knife. It's really cool. Some nice throat slits and and even a nice roundhouse kick to someone's face. I thought it was really well done. I thought, wow, yeah, Van Damme is badass. Fucking people up with a knife and roundhouse kick, threw acid in a guy's face. And when the guy's on the ground, melts. Hell, I thought that was better than the scene in the fucking Equalizer with Denzel Washington. I know a lot of people like the film. If you like the film, that's fine. More power to you. I like John Wick more, a lot more. I thought The Equalizer was too slow. I thought it spent too much in that damn store with his overweight buddy, which I'm like, well, whatever the fuck. What happened to Chloe Grace Moretz? I thought she was in this movie. And then the movie ended, but then it didn't end. Then it ended, but then it didn't end. And it ended, and had a lack of action. And Denzel was good, but I just got bored with the movie, got bored with the villains. I just didn't care what was going on. I got more into this film, to be honest. I like this film more than The Equalizer. I know I'm alone with that, but I don't care. It's my opinion. I'm not changing it. I like the way this opening scene, he gets the kid, gets on his motorcycle, leaves, hits a button, explosives happen. And I thought what this was done was actually pretty interesting. Because Van Damme gets a call the next day and a cop comes in and he's pissed. And Van Damme, I like that he's not stone-faced. He's like, well, what? I got the kid out. He's like, yeah? Then he pulls these sheets. And what about them? And it's two girls. He shows Van Damme two girls, and Van Damme's like thinking, who the hell is that? And the cops getting pissed saying, talking about how, yeah, you rescue a kid, but then you blew up the fucking place. And you know what people do, what these guys do when they think they're being raided? They stuff the kids inside the walls. And you know what? Fire spreads. So I thought that was actually interesting. I thought it was done better with the collateral damage scene, better than, I said better like 2 times. Punisher Warzone, where the Punisher, Ray Stevenson, just shot a guy and oh, it's a cop. I thought this was done better where, oh my god, I did the right thing, but innocent people got killed for it. And you see in a lot of action films, someone goes in, there's explosives, but there is other things that happen, collateral damage. And Van Damme's very sad about it, he's very remorse about it, and that's why he stops doing this. And I thought that was a nice little take on it. How a lot of these action scenes, okay, a guy drives off, there's explosions. Well, what if there are other people in that house, in that building, when you see all these explosions in movies, and what if they die and this is the consequence? So I thought that was kind of a nice little interesting twist on that. Maybe that wasn't their purpose, but at least that's what I got out of it. So I thought that was cool. Like I said, his family arrives. I like the fact that the guy, he's just playing an MMA guy. That's really what it is. He's there to fight. He's not an accountant. He's not a lawyer. He's just a guy who's going to fight. And he has a daughter, and the daughter goes missing. And they have to try to find her as she's disappeared. And Van Damme, I think he does a good job where he's just working at a butcher shop, giving people meat. And then he'll, from time to time, see the two dead girls, all bloodied up. Which I thought was a nice touch. And Van Damme has this look on his face, and he actually has a bottle of, I don't know if it's vodka or something, starts drinking it. Then starts drinking it. Yeah, he pretty much has like this. It's like, shit, where the hell did my phone? You know, that sort of thing. I like that, even those little touches. I thought the family here were not annoying. They were not irritating. When their daughter goes missing, they go to see the guy, and Van Damme says, you know, they're asking, hey, we need your fucking help, man. And Van Damme says, the cops are your best bet. Because he doesn't want to go through that again. He doesn't want to get anyone else killed. And then Van Damme's son pushes him into it. The father is looking for his daughter. I like that these parents, they don't seem like wussy parents that do nothing. They actually do get tough when they need to. I mean, there's a scene later on with the mother. This doctor's lying about her daughter, and she goes and is like punches the shit out. Like, I think like just punches him the fuck out. And, well, no, he grabs him by the throat and choking the shit out of him. So I like some of the stuff they do. I'm like, okay, these are parents who are worth a shit. Just to put it lightly. But the dad, again, he's going in, goes in his club, fighting a little bit, gets his ass kicked, but then someone in all black and night vision goggles kicks these guys' ass. Now, in this scene, granted, I'm thinking, okay, is that Van Damme in this black suit? It could be anybody because you could dress anybody in that suit, so that's kind of one of the drawbacks of that. Okay, is it Van Damme doing this? Is it not? So that's, again, that's kind of one of the drawbacks. But it is what it is. But Van Damme pretty much starts saying, okay, I'm going to do what I need to do. You need to stay out of my way. And some of the stuff I thought was pretty cool. Gives a guy a pin. Guy tries to click in. Gets stabbed by the end of the pin. And I'm not sure if it knocked him out or it killed him. I'm not sure if it was just a drug to knock him out or poison. Then goes in. And I like the fact that he makes it, first, not just he makes a van go up and people shoot at it, but he sneaks around the corner and he put this guy up so when his cronies come in, they see the guy tied up with a shitload of grenades and the strings are tied to the door. And you see all the pins just fly up and then boom, explosion. Fucking up some of the guys up just to let the people know that Van Damme means some business. I thought that was I like the way it was done, that scene. I thought that was pretty cool. That's like something I could see in a Punisher movie. The grenade scene. At least in my eyes. Even knocks this one guy out and actually carves the name of the girl he's looking for on the guy's like stomach area. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And it talks about how, you know, if you don't find her, I'm gonna carve out your eyes. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then pretty much they talked about the kidnappers say, oh, the heat's getting a little bit too hot. This guy has killed some of our men and even cut this on me. We gotta do something. We gotta get rid of this girl. And we think that's what happens. Well, probably not if you know your movies. But I like the way this was done, where the cops are called into a scene of a crime, and Van Damme's there, and they find who they think is the little girl. Very gory body. I mean, very violently. Looks like it was carved up and then burned. I mean, it's a really gory, almost, I want to say Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but the first movie isn't even that gory. But I'm just really, very gory aftermath, I should say. Very gory aftermath. And I love the performances, especially Van Damme, thinking that he got this girl killed. Really good scene where he's yelling at his son, going, you put me up to this! You knew I was no good, and it's your fault now! Get away from here! And then the kid won't go, get the fuck out of here! I like Van Damme in that. I like that he has some life to him and some anger, and he even says, see, I told you I wasn't good, get the fuck out of here! I like that. I thought that was a really good scene. That's what I'm talking about. Scenes like that is what I want. I don't expect him to have an Oscar-winning performance. But don't give me the zombie shit at fucking Assassination Games or Universal Soldier, The Return. No, not The Return, I'm sorry. Regeneration. Forgive me, folks. They start with an R and an E. Okay? Universal Soldier Regeneration and Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning and Assassination Games. Those three pieces of shit. Where he's just a zombie. Don't give me that shit. Give me something like this where he does show some emotion like that scene there. That's all I ask. Not him crying every minute. But show some emotion. And that scene I got. There's a few other scenes throughout the film which I like. But at this point he thinks he killed the girl and he's drinking. He's back to the butcher shop. And the baddies are whipping the fuck out of Van Damme, even with chains. And then someone clicks with Van Damme, remembering something. Which I'll jump ahead, is the bracelet that she wore. It's on the wrong hand. She always wore it here, but it's always here. So I knew something, okay, something's up. That means... But this is a nice little decent action scene. I mean, it's not kickboxer, bloodsport, hard-targeted action scenes, but I thought they were pretty decent for what they had to do. But I think I was getting to the story, and I like Van Damme's, and I didn't mind the cast, and I liked it, just grabbing this guy and then beating the fuck out of him, a little bit of a shootout. It's not John Woo stuff, but I thought it was okay. I was fine with it. And they realized that they have to get this doctor who faked the DNA. And like I was saying, the mom even gets in it. She talks about how not only choking Sharon, but pretty much says how she's gonna rip his fucking balls off right now if she doesn't get some answers. So that's what I mean. I like the parents, that they're not just pushovers and whiny bitches or whiny. It's like, okay, that's the kind of parents that you want. Who's going to be able to fight for you? And the girl is alive. Van Damme puts the parents in the safe house to protect them so he can go out and try to find some stuff. The girl is able to escape a little bit, call her parents. Parents are able to pick up, able to find the general area where they're at. They get there, then Van Damme follows them. Again, these parents don't take a lot of shit where they, even the father grabs a guy and snaps his neck, and the mom's like, even the dad's, hey, they took our daughter. And then they keep going. They're not, oh, we can't do this. I can't shoot him. That shit. Oh, I can't shoot him. I can't take another person's life. They killed another girl to make it seem like it was your girl. And they stole your girl, kidnapped her, and even later on cut her finger off. Yeah, no need for that bullshit. But in your little shootouts, Van Damme shoots some guys. Uses some gas to hide himself in this hallway. Again, shoots some guys. Again, it's not wall-to-wall action. That's, again, the thing I would say. Technically, it's his most action-packed when you consider in the movies he's done. But I would put even the Shepherd Border Patrol over this. But for a direct-to-video film, I would take this easily over the Seagal's direct-to-video stuff. And I just had fun with the movie. I mean, like I said, Van Damme gets a fucking rocket, shoots him, blows up a Jeep. I'm fine with stuff like that. They want to trade, and Van Damme's able to trick the bad guy because they think they're watching him, but it's one of those things where it repeats the image of the video camera. Van Damme takes some people out with a sniper rifle. Granted, I know someone mentioned it would have been nicer if it was Van Damme just himself, just his character, and not the family. And after see that, I wouldn't mind that if it was just Van Damme doing this all by himself and not the mom and dad. But I guess because I just wasn't annoyed with the mom and dad. I mean, I just wasn't annoyed by them, so it didn't bother me that much. If they were annoying as fuck, then I would be bothered. But I just wasn't annoyed by the mom and dad. I thought they were actually pretty decently cast. This guy, Joe Flanigan, he was not a horrible guy. He's not like Andre the Piss Stain, Pitbull, whatever the fuck his name is. I even like the idea, like this other little supporting character is another girl whose sister was used to be that bloody body that was found, and she's the one who gets revenge on the bad guy because he murdered her sister. So nice little touches like that I agree with. Even the ending where everything's fine and dandy, and they're in a church, and the bad guy above the bad guys, the guy's talking about, hey, will God forgive me? And Van Damme goes, God might. I won't. And just shoots the guy right in the head in the confessional. So I like this film, actually. I didn't mind the story. It went at a good pace, for me at least. I never got bored. Yeah, I would appreciate more bits of action. I would have been fine if it was, more Van Damme and less of the mom and dad characters. But I thought it was, when the action bits are there, they were okay. They were serviceable. They were fine. Van Damme, I thought, did a good job performance-wise. moved at a decent pace, at least for my taste. I got into the story a hell lot more than fucking Taken 2 and Taken 3. It didn't have the really shitty editing that you see in Taken 2 and Taken 3, and those stories were pieces of crap compared to this. The whole slave ring and dealing with, you know, little girls being taken and being sold into slaves. And again, the casting of the family, Joel Flanigan and Anna-Louise Plowman. And I will admit, decently directed. I liked this film. I thought it was a pretty decent action film. And I liked Van Damme's character in the film. What can I say? Again, it's not wall-to-wall action. I would prefer more action, more fisticuffs. But for what it is, I liked it. I thought it was pretty damn decent. Considering the other direct-to-video stuff he's done, at least I should say of lately, yeah, it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent, I thought. Not fantastic. Would not be my top 10 of Van Damme films. Not my favorite direct-to-video film he's done. I would put The Order and Wake of Death and such above it, but I liked it. I know I repeat myself a lot, but a lot of times I repeat myself just to, again, people ask, well, why did you like it? Well, I said it like 3 times. I liked this. I got into the story. Is it original? No, but for here, I thought it worked well. The opening was pretty badass. The little bits of action I thought was pretty decent, serviceable. A lot better than Steven Seagal stuff. At least of late, I should say. The supporting cast were decent. I liked a little bit with Van Damme's character that was in there. And Van Damme got to shoot a damn bazooka. Or I should say a rocket launcher and blow up a Jeep. Like I say, again, sometimes it's the little things that helps too. But I had no problems watching this film. I didn't get bored, didn't get annoyed, didn't get pissed off. I was entertained. And that's really what it needs to be at the end of the day. And it's sad. I would rather watch this than Taken 2 and Taken 3, and those went into theaters with bigger budgets. Sometimes it is what it is. But anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.